Star Wars Squadrons is a space combat game set in the Star Wars universe and is developed by Motive Studios and is published by EA. The game is out already and is on Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. The game features both multiplayer game modes and a single player campaign and can be also played in VR. And before I begin guys, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, also hit the like button and hit that bell button also so you never miss one of my videos. The game is set after the return of the Jedi, with the Empire desperately trying to recoup whatever systems and planets it still has control of. Squadrons focuses on the New Republic's Vanguard Squadron and the Empire's Titan Squadron, as you all battle it out in intense dogfights for control of the galaxy. The Squadron single player campaign felt like a long tutorial to help train you up before throwing you to the wolves for online multiplayer. And after completing the campaign, I must say I think it done a great job in getting me ready for online. But maybe players who are less familiar with these flight simulator games will likely need more time. Each faction has 4 ships available to them: an all-round fighter, a speedy interceptor and a powerful bomber, and also a support craft. The early missions will give you specific loadouts or a certain role to play, and I guess this was to help players get a feel for how the ship works, while later levels allow you to pick up whichever ship you'd prefer, and you will also get the ability to switch between crafts mid-battle. The actual single player mode puts you in the cockpit of Rebel and Imperial squadrons, swapping back and forth between the 2 viewpoints surrounding the construction of this huge ship called the Starhawk, which is a New Republic battleship that could help change the course of the war. The game tries its very best to sympathize with players from both sides, giving you the chance to chat with your squadron teammates between battles and get their perspective on things. But for me, none of your teammates really felt interesting apart from a mysterious pilot from the Imperial side who was named Shen. Now he had an interesting backstory and just looks and sounds cool.
Welcome to Titan. Call me Shen. Before you ask, helmet stays on, cockpit or not. Too many hard landings. Broken neck. 5, 6 times. Cybernetics keep me going. Fight, fall, get up, fight again. All for the Empire.
But apart from Shen, I found myself mostly skipping much of what the others had to say, just so I could get back to some awesome space combat. Squadron's campaign may only have 14 missions, with a couple of them that felt a bit on the short side, but at least there is some variety to most of the missions. One mission, for example, has players stealthily approaching a battle cruiser, while another has you defending an outpost, and a fun one where you have to hunt down a certain enemy. The final 2 levels were really fun as well, and after playing them, I just wish there was more of them throughout the campaign. The final couple of levels were also lots of fun to play, and I just felt after playing them that I wish there was a few more like that throughout the campaign. The basic gameplay is more or less the same regardless of which ship you fly. Players are equipped with shields, engines and weapons, and you will have to constantly be changing between them to get the most out of your ship. 3 of the TIE fighters you will find have no shields, but will allow players to rapidly shift energy between their weapons and engines. For example, if you was to pump power into your engine, it will come out at the expense of your shields and weapons. But if, say, you have an enemy on your tail or are going up against like a starfighter, then you can quickly power up your rear shields by diverting power to them. So during all the dogfighting, there really is a lot to think about, and it really will keep you on your toes. Then we have the multiplayer, where there are sadly just 2 modes here to choose from. A 5v5 online battles, which is basically team deathmatch, and the other is fleet battles. And fleet battles has you doing much more with targets to destroy and an enemy flagship to focus on. The problem is, with only a mere 6 maps to choose from, you will probably get bored of them before too long. I have also read that unfortunately Motive Studios will not be adding any other content to the game whatsoever, which I find strange as the game is kind of bare bones as it is. As you play online, the skill level to really compete is going to rise sharply, and believe me, it will force you to learn the options at your disposal or you will face defeat. Combined with some cool customization and loadout possibilities for your ships and pilots, there's a fair amount of content to unlock as well. It's just a huge shame that this is not the same when it comes to the amount of game modes and maps. And guess what? Star Wars Squadrons hasn't actually got any surprise mechanics. So well done EA, let's keep this up. What Squadrons does the best though is the combat and the feeling it gives you of flying your own X-Wing or TIE fighter. The game can also only be played in first person view, which I'm sure might upset some people. Regardless, each cockpit looks also true to life. The game also allows you to disable the in-game HUD and rely only on your cockpit instruments for those who want that pure experience. If you want to go even further, then there is also support for flight sticks, giving you the most realistic experience possible. And then there is possibly the main reason why you should get Star Wars Squadrons, and that is, of course, VR support, which is supported across the entire game, both single and multiplayer. Now, unfortunately, I haven't got a VR headset yet, but I can imagine how perfect this type of game is for VR, and once you play Squadrons in VR, it will be hard to imagine playing the game any other way again. Just a note also for those looking to use the PSVR display, I have read that the resolution on the PSVR is very low, making the spaceships in the distance look more like blobs on the horizon, and the graphic quality takes a big hit too. So if you have one of the more expensive VR headsets, like say the Oculus Rift or the HTC Vive, then that is the way to go. But you will have to need a very strong PC for this to work. In the end, Star Wars Squadrons is probably not a Star Wars game for everybody. The tough learning curve along with a pretty limited campaign makes it more of a niche kind of game than other Star Wars titles. But for players who are willing to put in the time and invest or have a VR headset already, then the end result is a game that brings you closer to the dream of flying around in that X-Wing more than ever before. I'm going to give Star Wars Squadrons a very strong 7 out of 10. But I'm also going to give it an 8 out of 10, as I'm sure the game is way better in VR than obviously playing it on your TV. So guys, thank you so much for watching my review of Star Wars Squadrons. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. As always, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Please hit the like button and hit that bell button so you get notified whenever I post a new video. Guys, thank you again, and I will see you very soon, and take care and bye-bye.